Good day, everybody. This is Dr. Nelson Makemba. We once again welcome you and invite you to engage us on this platform as we continue with our Wonders of Wisdom series. Today we are looking at another interesting subject matter. We'll be talking about setting your priorities right. Basically, what has happened as I've investigated and looked at life in general, what I've seen particularly, especially with us young people, oftentimes we major on the minors and we minor on the majors, and that has tilted our balance in terms of our lives. Majoring on the minor basically meaning that you spend more time, energy investing on things that matter least, and then you spend little energy and time investing in things that matters the most. And oftentimes, I think this also stems from our lack of, taking that personal introspection, looking inside ourselves and asking ourselves the difficult questions as to what matters the most to me as an individual. Those questions you should be able to ask yourself from time to time. And it will help you evaluate your life as you go on this journey of life to see how far you have come into, becoming what you really want to be. Because if you do not take time to set your priorities right, you might invest a lot of time in things that don't really matter that much. And oftentimes, by the time you realize that you've invested so much time and energy in what does not matter much, you might have grown quite a bit, and it does not always work out well for everybody. You might not have all the time to recover the time wasted. As I've always said, when we are in our 20s, that's the time that we make as many mistakes. We learn from our mistakes. As we graduate into our 30s, we are a little bit more wise. We have lived a little bit longer. We use our experience in our 20s, to now start, finding structures with our lives. And then as you graduate into your 40s, into your 50s, that's the time basically now you should be reaping the fruits of all your invested time, energy, and money while you're in your 30s. And of course, when you now get into your 60s and beyond, that's a mentorship, a period where you are handing over the baton, you are mentoring the generations to come, you are imparting your wisdom, out of life experience and having lived that long to those that should take over from you, And that's also the challenge you find in Africa, particularly in Africa. We don't always have a succession plan in mind. You find a lot of people have done very well, in working hard, in establishing entities, in building themselves up. But, they like to hold on to power. They like to hold on to being, in the big seat, for a very longest time. And sometimes what that does to your organization, your enterprise, your empire, if you don't mentor somebody to take over from you, when you are met with an unexpected, and then you are no longer available, then, the legacy cannot be carried on because, you have not clearly stipulated how the transition should take place. So we need to really learn how to, create platforms and systems where our people are able to, empower, and impart knowledge, wisdom, and then handing over the baton. So how to get your priorities right basically entails you knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for, knowing what you really, really, really want to do with your life. And then asking those hard questions. How will I get it done? To get where I want to be, what should be done? And when you ask that question, the answer then creates priorities for you. You shouldn't be an individual that just, get blown left, right, and center. You can't fit in every grouping that comes. It's not possible. No matter how nice of a person you are, you cannot fit in with everybody. There should be a clique and a class and a group of people that, resonate well with, your mindset, your reasoning, and your value systems. And that's the kind of, a grouping you should associate yourself with. And then, of course, when you are in that circle that resonate well with your mindset, it helps, keeping yourself engaged with what matters the most. You are most likely going to be engaging discussions and talks surrounding, growth, surrounding, stability, building yourself up. Of course, depending on, what you really want to do with your life. And when you do that, really, it helps you ground you, and it helps ground your character as you set your priorities. I think a lot of people that hold great potential, they oftentimes, thing that works against them, unfortunately, is just lack of setting priorities right. They get great talent, they get great potential. They actually have the capacity to go far in life, but oftentimes they don't always end up going far. Why? Because, they are doing everything else except what matters the most, So again, with this one, all we are trying to do really is to encourage you and say, look, first thing first, do what matters the most. The rest will fall in place. Don't invest your energy in things that will not, matter to you, 10, 20 years down the road, And also, when you set your priorities right, it helps you make choices that are better for you. I invite you once again to, check us out on YouTube. Our account is Nesha Network. There's more content there. You can engage with us as we go on this journey of life together, learning from one another. Till we meet again. Tata.